Hey guys, want to bring you another YouTube video talking about Thursday night's football game. Obviously, it wasn't what we expected, or maybe you did, but the Jets and the Jaguars, I thought it was going to be a closer game. I thought it was going to be a little bit higher scoring game, but don't think the weather really played a big factor. I think it was more of, the Jets are falling apart. They are on a losing streak, and you got the Jaguars on a pretty hot winning streak. A lot of momentum. I wouldn't be surprised if they might get in the playoffs the way the Titans have been playing. So, will be very interesting in that sense. I think the Jaguars could probably score more points, but they have field goals. But almost every possession, or most of the possessions, they scored some type of points. Now, with the Jets, for them to be able to hold them to 19 points was pretty good, I thought. Especially how the offense did not help them at any point of the game, really, if you think about it, except when they bench Zach Wilson. So, I guess part of this is how, I'm not surprised that Zach Wilson is projecting to be a bust with the Jets, because that's what the Jets have been known. They don't draft quarterbacks very well, they don't develop them. And I'm starting to think, and this is where I really wish I sold some of these Zach Wilson cards when I had an offer, even though they were below market. Now I'll be lucky if I could offload them. There was this one optic green laser that I have of Zach Wilson. Got an offer for $20, and I was like, man, I would prefer to see if I could get what I saw some other ones that were selling for close to $35 to $40. I'll be lucky if I could get $10 at this point, because he's definitely not going to be with this team unless he gets go somewhere like Geno Smith and be able to recreate his and resurrect his career. It's definitely not going to be with the Jets, because if you're getting bench for the fourth string quarterback, that's not a very good sign. After the press conference, looks like he doesn't have any confidence at this point. So, if you are looking for some Zach Wilson, you could probably get some sports cards pretty cheap for me for Zach Wilson. I don't want to hold on to him now at this point. I thought this is one reason why I was trying to hold on. Was thinking, and this was when the Jets looked pretty hot, that they could get into the playoffs. This was all before the Patriots meltdown and that fiasco. How he didn't take any responsibility, no accountability, and all that. I think that was my mistake, obviously, because even when the draft started for that class, I thought out of all five quarterbacks, he had the highest potential to be a bust, because of the situation he was going to be in. So, because I actually thought Trey Lance was going to have the highest potential. You could probably see my short is still surprisingly get views. Why I was excited was because of the situation Trey Lance was coming into. He didn't have to be the guy yet. But now looking back, it could be he needs to be able to stay healthy and play all year next year to get that experience. But that's another subject on another day. But Trevor Lawrence, obviously the number one versus number two. Trevor Lawrence is starting to look like the part. And so that's where it's like, I was hoping Zach Wilson will make it to the playoffs. New York fans love their players. I definitely have to contest that. And so if they love you, they will buy your products. They'll buy your jersey. They'll support you. They'll buy your cards and stuff like that. They think you're going to be the next big thing. Or Joe Namath for the Jets' sake. Zach Wilson came in with lots of swagger and confidence, and now he does not have that. So I don't see how he's going to recover from this. It might be a Josh Rosen situation, top 10 pick, but then became a journeyman. So like I said, I was hoping Zach Wilson and the Jets were going to make it to the playoffs. I was able to offload all of the Zach Wilson cards. That was probably going to be the highest point ever, I would say, of his career and the Jets. But I don't think it's going to turn out that way. Right now, I think they only have a 5% chance to make it to the playoffs at this point. So that's where I'm at right now. I wish I was, in hindsight, was able to unload that and get something more stable. These rookies, you never know. So I may have to end up holding for a while, or if anyone makes me a reasonable offer, not like 50 cents or 25 cents at this point. I think there's some talent there, but he needs to get some confidence. The right coach. Obviously, he's with the defensive coach, Robert Saleh. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to get a veteran quarterback because that defense is pretty nasty. They do have a running game once they have their running back next year. Who else? They have some good wide receivers. I think Wilson is going to be a star. He's, I believe, probably going to be breaking that record as a rookie that Keyshawn Johnson set for most receiving yards in a rookie season. So there's some highlights and some good positive things. I think the biggest thing is going to be Zach Wilson. The New York Jets are almost built like the Niners in that sense. They're working on the defense, and so you're going to want a quarterback, someone like Jimmy G, or someone that could manage the game and don't lose it for the team and bring the team together, because Mike White, a lot of the players loved him. They wore T-shirts and trying to support him. So Mike White really loves that team and was really trying to get out there, even with broken ribs. So, definitely Zach Wilson cost me money. I had the over this evening that didn't turned out. So that's how I'm looking in the future for Zach Wilson. He's probably going to need to go somewhere else. He'll probably get traded. I don't see him being released, but I would see him most likely getting traded for a draft pick, maybe even draft night. So go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Together we could build a better tomorrow. Thanks.